Your wife is one lucky gal. You haven't aged a day in 25, 30 years. Hi, I'm Chris Greca coming to you today as promised for my weekly vlog. Today I think I'm going to talk about blind spots. Something that we all have in us, both personally, professionally, as well as organizationally. And the question is, what do you do about those blind spots? To not only see ourselves from the perspective of our own lens, but more importantly, the lens of subordinates. None of us see ourselves the way we actually are. We wake up in the morning, for those males and females, as you're getting ready and you're looking in the mirror, as an example this morning, I said, hey, Chris, you're one heck of a good looking guy and people love being around you. And then it occurred to me after the fact that not everybody loved me at all times. And the fact that I didn't see my moods correctly, I didn't necessarily see myself the way that other folks saw me. I put a post online this week on LinkedIn as well as our Facebook page and others about generational diversity. And I think this is one way in order to mitigate risk is from a personal perspective and risk, both risk to mission and risk to self. How do you put those fail-safes in place to assist you in seeing yourself better and more accurately, and the organization is seeing themselves better and more accurately. So generationally, as an example, clearly we think different. If you get on Google and you Google search generational diversity, and it's something that's talked about in a lot of businesses out there, is the way that we see things and problems differently, and the way that we solve those specific problems. Now, hey, I'm not saying the millennials are necessarily right, just as I would say that the greatest generation and generations past aren't always correct. But I think there's a good combination somewhere out there that exists, that when you put your collective minds together, you will see yourself correctly, and in turn mitigate or reduce the blind spots that you've got in there. You gotta love technology. I just came back from taking a little bit of trip to get my hair cut downtown Columbus, and inside my vehicle I've got blind spot sensors, and it probably helped me on a couple occasions, both to and from the location, in order to mitigate risk. What I'm going to tell everybody out there is you need to mitigate risk as well, and you need to get yourself those blind spot sensors and recognize where those blind spots exist. Do you have open lines of communication with your employees and with your loved ones, even around your house from a personal perspective? Open lines of communication with my spouse of 30 years, or do I just not listen, so in turn she doesn't even bother? What I will ask or encourage everybody to do who's watching this is reduce your blind spots, see yourself more accurately, put those fail-safes in place in order to mitigate the risk to not only you but the organizations that you work with and work for. In my opinion, open lines of communication, and communication is key. And if you allow people to give you feedback, and if you solicit that feedback, good, bad, or indifferent, I promise you this, it will help you and your organizations to be more successful. Who doesn't want those blind spot sensors on a vehicle? It's almost becoming standard equipped on almost every vehicle that's being produced out there today. Why? Because the automobile manufacturers have discovered that this is something that we not only need when driving in a vehicle. But I would argue that it's something that we need as we conduct our personal and professional business and lives each and every day. Reduce those blind spots. I promise you it'll help you to be more successful.